What's up, guys? It's like 3 in the morning, so bear with me. Basically, I made a repository which ripped out a bunch of the randomizer features and just took like the bare minimum to get a kind of GE decompressor variant for Banjo-Kazooie working. And so all this does is it extracts every single Banjo-Kazooie file, whether it is automatically like already decompressed or whether it's compressed and it needs decompression. And then it also extracts out all the assembly files. Whenever you get this guy, you'll notice that in here there will be some folders missing. Bear with me. I do have a way to create that within the thing. I do have a very bare bones README. It says install the requirements and then run this setup pi install. So let me go ahead and do that right now. So you'll see here there's 2 extra files. There's the BK-ROM. I'm not providing that. And then there's the setup file.py, which is I'll show you guys in a second. But basically, get this guy. It's just one thing right now. I might have missed something, whatever. Just pip install whatever library you need, and let me know which ones are not there. And then for the setup.py, you're not actually running setup.py. You're going to open up a terminal. Oh, hi, Ellie. It should open up in the folder. You're going to say python setup.py install, and it will basically make a package for you. You'll see 3 more folders created. And that's all you really need for that. So resetup.py, as I was explaining earlier, that you don't necessarily need, but it's for me. Whenever I make an edit to any of the files, I do have to reset up, and so this just runs it for me. So you guys shouldn't technically need it. Moving on though, if we go to Decompressor and then source, you'll see a folder of things. We're gonna go look at 2 files, modification process and config.json. So modification process, the entire process right now is extract the files, insert the files, where insert the files also has the run config features. So for the run config features, we have a config file. A lot of these are, actually all of these are assembly changes. This one is more for disabling the anti-tampering. So if you're changing anything in this file, you do have to have this one being true. Yum Yum crash fix is only for if you are moving a Yum Yum to a place that has like a note or something like that, because when Yum Yums touch non-eggs and non-feathers, the game crashes. Shout out to Roby for providing this patch. I still don't know what it does. Moving on. Boot to file select. So this guy basically says whenever you turn on the game, instead of watching the N64 logo walk by, you go to the game select. Skip Jiggy Jig is just you skip the Jiggy Jig. It basically treats it as if you were always underwater or flying or a transformation. Enable fall proof makes it so that if you fall down, you don't take damage. Exit to Witch's Lair is a cool feature. It was a debug feature that they kind of tossed out. Also, shout out to Ruby for helping me out with this one. And basically, you can go into a level, and no matter where you are, just press pause, select exit to Witch's Lair, and then you go to the entrance of that world. So the game's all moves. So there is a better way to do this, but as of just debugging purposes, this is the Banjo's backpack variant where it just changes a RAM section to always be true. That's what this guy does. There's no space there. It's gonna bug me, but whatever. World cost puzzles. These are how much it costs to open up a world. No door cost, how much it costs to open a no door. These guys will still say that it's like 50 or whatever. Ignore that. I just didn't feel like modifying it. It is 0. And then transformation costs, make them all whatever you want them to be. So as far as this guy goes along, right? If you modify this file, really all you need to do is comment out these guys. You only really need to extract once, and then you should be good, set for the rest of your life. I recommend changing the old and ROM paths, and then, if you need to, comment this guy out. This guy just reads the JSON file, so you don't really need to edit anything here. And then the only other thing you might want to change is rename the BK ROM. If you want to comment that out, you can. Basically, all it does is it makes sure that this guy in like Project 64 has its own save name, so that it's not actually this guy's probably gonna end up being Banjo Kazooie randomizer, isn't it? If I go down to rename BK ROM, the default is BK ROM. BK Decompressor. Sure, why not? And it can't exceed 20 letters, 20 characters, just heads up. So you should be able to run this, and it will create a bunch of files. These are either going to be decompressed or raw. If it's a compressed file, it'll become decompressed. If it is either already raw or it has a file length of 0, meaning that it's an empty file, it will come out as raw. Now, whenever you're making a custom file, you need to make sure that the extension is still the same. So for example, this guy is the empty honeycomb. I replaced it with the Jiggy bin, and you'll notice that this is the asset ID for the empty honeycomb, and it still has decompress.bin, just to follow the same format. What the code does is it checks, does the file exist in custom files? And it's looking for the exact name, by the way. It's not looking for any variation, so keep it the exact same. Is that file in there? If not, check the extracted files. Is it in there? If not, it should print out an error, but I also said print error, so I don't think it's actually raising error, just a heads up. But it should work anyway if it exists, you know, because we extract it. For every assembly file, it'll insert it back into where the assembly files were extracted from. For the asset files, it will put it at the back of the ROM, meaning you can make those files pretty big, not as big as you want because there's clearly a limit, but you can get it pretty big. And just to show off a few of the randomizer features, I'm gonna go ahead and run it. Randomizer features. Wow. Well, it is randomizer features, but well, actually, I deleted it, didn't I? I guess I'll go ahead and just run it as an example. So I do have, again, this custom file, and if you're running a command line, you should see all the stuff print out too. It'll go to about like hex 1500, and then there's some stuff after that, and then it should be completed by then. I wrote this stuff really quickly, so there's probably going to be bugs. Just make a pull request or let me know in the chat. I'm probably going to make this my secondary channel, so this is mostly for people who actually want to modify the game. I'll probably need a print statement here saying which one of these it's running. So like print disabling anti-tampering, not tampering, and like you know, just I'll put it there before the morning. Patching yum crash fix. Well, it already has dots on it. It's almost done anyway. You're watching me code live, I guess. Boot to file select, and also it should clean up the files and try to not take up as much space as it normally would, so hopefully this is good. Skip jiggy jig. Let's go ahead and just show off the features. This is a very impromptu 3 o'clock in the morning video, so I'm not even worried about making it look unprofessional. I still haven't make it say BK N64 rando, so that's because I didn't what's it called? I didn't reset up the file, so that's my own bad. I might actually allow you know, post that reset up file in case you guys wanna. Yeah, I'll post it. It's fine. So as you can see, start as Banjo. Start off with all the moves. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the bottles. Let's go ahead and go to a honeycomb just to show off that it looks like a jiggy. Yes, I replaced the file correctly. And actually, just to show off that that is not a jiggy, I will touch it. You can see that it is still an empty honeycomb, and it still spits out the text. And we're gonna go to the top. This bottles will not talk to you because it assumes that you've, or not assumes, the all moves change makes so that guy doesn't need to talk to you. I'm not sure if the skipping the cutscenes works. It might not work on EverDrive. That is one of the features that didn't work, but I will fix it eventually. I know how to fix it, I just haven't. I'm gonna show off that this note door is 0. And then let's go to become the termite real quick, and that should show off that. I don't care to show off the fall proof or some of the other features. Here's the world automatically open. And this is from a new file. You guys saw me generate the ROM. You saw that I deleted a file. But yeah, let me know if there's anything I can do to improve this. I do have a bunch of other random features that I can add. I might just provide a list for you guys on what I can add to that list. This is not meant to replace Banjo's backpack for anyone who has a conspiracy theory. This is just meant to not replace GE Decompressor, but you can see I had 0 tokens and it still did it. Oh, well, I accidentally pressed the B button again. Not replace it, because it only works for BK. And you can't edit a ROM that's already been modified by like Banjo's backpack, because what happens is it'll append it to the end of that, which is already extended, so it might be too big. But let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks you guys for watching, and good night.